morning to all of you. This is the Dr. Dagala Venkateswar Rao from PR Government College, Kakinada, Department of Commerce. Presently, I would like to explain Indian financial. My dear commerce students, you can observe it. Indian financial system. A financial system within the scope of finance is a system that allows the exchange of funds between lenders, investors, and borrowers. Financial systems operate at a national, global, and firm specific levels. Okay, my dear students, understand financial system. Which type of system introduced in India? You are the common students, you can understand Indian financial system. This financial system helps to financial returns. So here lenders, investors, and borrowers and banking institutions, non-banking institutions, and the government of India also based on the Indian financial system. Which type of financial system introduced in India, you can understand. Okay. So here, structure of financial system. A modern financial system may include banks operated by the government or private sector, financial markets, financial instruments, financial services. Financial systems allow funds to be allocated, invested, or moved between economic sectors. They enable individuals and companies to share the associated risks. My dear commerce students, you can observe modern financial system. In this part, and a vital role plays financial institutions or banking sector. This banking sector controlled by Reserve Bank of India. So here private sector banks and public sector banks also there. So financial markets controlled by Reserve Bank of India. So here financial instruments, financial instruments like this bonds and debentures and debt documents, acknowledgements, financial deposits, financial papers, commercial papers, okay, treasury bonds, and financial services. So financial services are provided by banking institutions. So financial systems allow funds to be allocated or distributed or invested. So the funds moving between economic sectors, they enable individuals and companies also to share the associated risks also. Funds allocated to the economical sectors or manufacturing sectors. So here risk also is there. Risk also there's financial resources when risk also is there. Okay. So here you can clear observation. The formal financial system consists of 4 components. One is financial institutions. Second one is financial markets. Third one is financial instruments and financial services. Any financial system in the world based on the 4 components. These 4 components plays a vital role in the country. Financial institutions and financial markets and financial instruments and financial services, you can understand. First, my dear students, you can understand Indian financial institutions and Indian financial markets and Indian financial instruments and Indian financial services. You are observe it. You are going to working in the financial institutions or you are establishment of the entrepreneurs or a business organization. So particularly financial knowledge required. So you can observe it one by one. Okay. So here various functions of finance system. Mechanism of mobilizing savings. Yes, mobilizing savings very important. In the 135 crores populations living in India, 135 crores population in India present. So here, all Indians, some of the amount saving purpose deposit at the banking sector. Okay, so this type of savings after 1 year a lot of amount increased. This amount this amount helps to industrial development and industrial growth. So here savings very important. Savings very important. Why? All savings once upon a time a lump sum amount created in the society. So this savings helps to production sector and helps to employment generation also. So the government of India also provide the saving provides to the uh, benefits, economical benefits to the saving holders. Recently saving holders they are interest pay to the stock markets. Okay, and second one is mechanism for storing wealth. Storing wealth. Wealth created by savings. Yes, first step savings. If you are encouraged and stimulate or motivated to the um, saving holders, then they are daily savings increased, then they are deposited the financial institutions, then this amount to helps to storing wealth. So manufacturing industries developing depends upon the savings. Wealth of wealth how profits also increased, automatically wealth also created. Okay, third one is liquidity. Liquidity, what is the meaning of the liquidity? Liquidity means fund or cash or money moving assets. Okay, within 1 year the converted asset into fund is called as a liquidity. Credit mechanism. Yes, credit mechanism also plays a vital role in the business organization. Several organizations depends upon the good capital structure system. This capital structure system, debt plus equity. So here debt system is the very important, debt policy also important. So nowadays corona affected in India and the world, credit importance also are a vital role in the country, in the world. So here the government of India also provides the credit mechanism system. Credit mechanism system development is the most important. Business organizations so taken from the uh, loan from the banks. So banks provides the good credit mechanism system. So good policy prepared by the Reserve Bank of India, credit policy system very important. Why? So manufacturing industry lists in this current situation, they are loss of the sum of the amount. So um, uh, government of India given to the financial strength to the financial institutions, and the credit mechanism is strong in India. So in the world, America also suffering from the economic crisis. But India economy, there is no suffering the Indian economic crisis. Why? In India, credit mechanism system very strong, very strong. So immediately, credit mechanism is the very important to manufacturing industries depends upon the credit system. So credit system helps to the public, to the management authorities. Okay, and a payment system. Yes, payment system also very important. Loans taken after 1 year journey, the banking institutions they are collected the payments. So they are regularly collect this amount, and suppose bank institutions are suffering from the NPE, non-performing assets, non-performing assets. 90 days crossed, any bank or any investor holders recognized here. So 90 days payment holder does not pay principal amount or interest amount, they are converted to called as uh, NPA or bad debts. So payment system is also very important too. So good payment system helps to Indian banking development, supporting also. So and then risk management. Business organizations depends upon the profits as well as the risk management. A proper risk management is a system is very important. Risk management classification into two categories: systematic risk, unsystematic risk. So systematic risk controlled by the banking sector. Unsystematic risk, I'm not you are not also controlled this risk. So both risks are very important. So management organizations, business organizations, and banking organizations also depends upon the risk management. So here, heavy risk always a dangerous, heavy risk always a dangerous. So risk calculation also very important in Indian system. Okay, policy implementation. Yes, a decision making process or a policy making persons are very important in this Indian financial system. They prepare the good financial policy, time to time update the knowledge implementation in this system. And the information provider daily observe it financial information. So financial informations, various magazines available in the market, and e-source also, email and websites online, so provides to the information. So this information collected from the e-sources, and you can clearly examine it. Financial intermediaries. Yes, financial intermediaries are financial agents. So here it is a very important. A financial intermediary is an institution which connects the deficit and the surplus. The best example of an intermediary can be a bank, which transforms the bank deposits to the bank loans. The role of the financial intermediary is to channel funds from people who have extra inflow of money, that is the savers, to those who do not have enough money to fulfill the needs or to carry out the basic activities the borrowers. So here financial intermediaries means banking sector. Banking sector depends upon the Indian industrial sector system. So here two systems also there. One primary system and a secondary system. So primary system only complete agriculture sector. So industrial sector services orientation and a production orientation sector. So here banks given to the loans to the industrial sector and same amount collected from the banks and with interest amount. Okay, so here banking plays a intermediary role between industries and saving persons. Okay, and maturity transformation deals with the conversion of the short-term liabilities to long-term assets. Maturity transformation, it is very important. So deals with the conversion of the short-term liabilities to the long-term assets. And risk transformation, conversion of the risky investments into the relatively risk-free ones. And convenience denomination, way of making the unmatched matching, which is a matching small deposit with the large loans and large deposits with the small loans. Financial intermediaries are classified into two types, namely depository and non-depository institutions. Okay, the financial assets, the financial assets are different from the physical assets. Financial assets are useful for further production of the goods or for earning income. The physical assets are not useful for further production or for earning income. Financial assets are very important. So assets means physical appearance. So assets classification two categories: tangible assets, intangible assets. Tangible assets, physical appearance is there and intangible assets means goodwill or copyrights or trademarks. So very important of the financial assets in the Indian financial structure system. Classification of the financial assets. Primary assets, those are financial claims against a real sector units created by themselves for raising funds to finance their deficient spending. There are the ultimate borrowers. Examples: bills, bonds, equities, etc. are primary assets. Okay, my dear students, commerce students, we can understand bills, bonds, equities are primary assets. And secondary assets, these are financial claims issued by financial institutions against themselves to raise the funds from the public. These assets are the obligations of the financial institutions. Example: bank deposits, life insurance policies, unit trust of India units, etc. Secondary assets. Marketable assets, these are the financial assets which can be transferred from the person to person without difficulty. It consists of shares, government securities, bonds, mutual funds, units, and UTI units, bearer, debentures, etc. Marketable securities is very important. It is a short-term asset. It is a short-term assets. So there is no difficulty here, and convert into liquidity also. Non-marketable assets, yes, these are financial assets which cannot be transferred easily. Okay, it consists of bank deposits, provident funds, LIC schemes, company deposits, post office certificates is called as a non-marketable assets which cannot be transferred easily. Cash assets. Money assets consists of coins and currency notes and created money. Reserve Bank of India has the sole authority to, to issue currencies. Yes, Central Government of India establishment, this bank, Reserve Bank of India was establishment in the year of 1934 Act, Reserve Bank Act, and implementation 1935, and nationalization of this Reserve Bank of India 1949. So Reserve Bank of India control the monetary policies and economy policies controlled by Reserve Bank of India. You can understand here, Reserve Bank of India, it is the apex body in this country. Debt asset. Different types are type of organization issues debt assets for raising their debt capital. There is a fixed time schedule for payment of principal and interest. Debt capital is raised by way of issuing debentures or bonds, raising long-term loans. Very important debt asset. Okay. Stock asset. Corporate issues stocks for the purpose of the raising their fixed capital. There are mainly two types of stocks, such as a preference and equity stock. Equity stockholders are the real owners of the organization. Preference shareholders have a preferential right to get a fixed percentage of dividends if there is a profit. So, my dear students, Indian financial structure system, you can observe it and daily you can observe monetary market and capital market. Okay, it is a very important vital role play in the present situation. Okay, thank you one and all.